This is my new insulin pump. It's small. It's about the size of a cell phone or a pager, like one of the old flip phones. And right now it's showing the glucose sensor. It has a graph of the last 3 hours in this case. And my blood glucose is currently 138. And as you can see on the graph, it was down around 110 or so, and it's gone up very slightly because I had a snack. And it shows you here, sorry about the glare, it shows you how much insulin you have in the reservoir here. And it shows the time and the date, the last time that it checked my glucose, which is every 5 minutes. So it's getting ready to check it here any time, and it's going to change this number unless it stays the same. The battery level. And what I've got, it's got a little belt clip. It's real simple. I just clip it on my side. And it's got all kinds of different functions here. It's got a bolus, which is basically, for all practical purposes, a extra shot when I have a meal. I can suspend it like this. Okay, now the pump is stopped. And I can disconnect it from my body if I want to take a shower, go swimming, whatever. And then I'll restart it. And it's back going again. Okay. The sensor just gives you sensor functions. You can calibrate it, you can silence alerts, you can link to sensors, all that kind of thing. You can even turn it off. Capture event I have on. That records every little thing that happens. If it's it records continuously my glucose level, and it saves it as a bar graph, or a series of bar graphs. Every 5 minutes it'll show the level, and it'll show how much insulin it's been giving me automatically. Basal is what it gives me continuously. Whoops, let's see, go in here. Okay, now what that shows you is at 12 o'clock a.m. I'm getting 0.6 units an hour because I'm sleeping, I'm not eating, and I'm not active. At 8 o'clock a.m. it goes to 3 units an hour because I'm going to be getting up, eating, going to work, stuff like that. At 8 p.m. it goes down to 1.75 per hour, and then at 9 it goes down to 0.75 an hour, so it kind of tapers off before I go to bed. Now this is the standard, what it's always going to do. This doesn't have anything to do with the sensor. This is just what the pump does by itself, independent of the sensor. Okay, reservoir, if I click Act Now, it'll ask me to remove the reservoir because it says, that's what I do if it says that it's empty and I need to refill it. So I'm not going to go into that, or it'll make me change it. Utilities, and it just gives you stuff you can do. You can lock the keypad, you can set various alarms, you can put highs and lows and whatever you want. You can look at your daily totals, set the time and date. It's got an alarm clock. Connect devices is you can connect to a computer, to my glucose meter, and the remote control, which is basically just the buttons without the screen on a little credit card remote that you can wear around your neck. That's helpful for people that, wear the pump down inside their clothing and can't get to it or whatever. It also communicates with other insulin pumps and other medical devices. Block is if the user of this pump is an invalid or a very small child, like a 2-year-old. Yes, these can actually be used on infants. Block locks out the keypad. You have to press the B button and the Act button at the same time and hold them, and then press the up arrow to unblock it. That's to keep children from playing around with it, because you can change your basal rate to whatever you want. And I could put 100 units an hour if I wanted. And obviously a small child, that would be very harmful to them to do that. And let's see, that's about all of that. Now if I have a big meal, what it's going to do is it's going to tell me, I can't make it happen right now, but it's going to tell me on the screen, high predicted. And it's going to adjust my insulin flow. And if I decide, hey, I'm going to go have an ice cream cone, I can press this. It's an easy bolus. And I can give myself however much insulin I want, how many units I want, as a manual shot. So if I want to go have a Blizzard from Dairy Queen, I give myself a couple of units, and the pump never even complains about it. I'm not going to do that right now. But the B button is the bolus wizard, and it's really for use without the sensor, but I'll show you how it works. My blood glucose right now is 138, so I'm going to set 138. See, it's independent of the sensor because this is meant to use when you don't have the sensor. Okay, I'm not going to update anything. And it says, enter food. How many grams of carbs am I going to eat? Well, I'm not eating nothing. I'm doing nothing but drinking a Diet Pepsi right now, so I'm going to hit 0. The pump says, you need 0.0 units of insulin right now to maintain between 90 and 120. So see, it's so close to 120, the meter says, hey, that's close enough, leave it alone. So I just do what the meter tells me to do, and I say, never mind. Okay. Now, let's see, we're back to here. You can change this to 12 hours, 24 hours, whatever you want to do, by pressing the up arrow. Like, see, for the last 6 hours, that's what my glucose has been. And you always want it between these two lines. Above that line is hyperglycemic. Below that line is hypoglycemic. I don't want to go below for sure. If I do, it will alarm, it'll vibrate, it'll go, and on the screen it will say, help, I'm a diabetic and my blood sugar is low, call an ambulance. Now, if I have my modem, which I don't have here, if I have it plugged into my computer, which I usually do, but I took it off to take it with me to work, it will actually communicate to the Medtronic website that I'm having a problem, and through my website, it will actually call the police for me, call an ambulance for me. And they'll also call me and say, hey, this is Medtronic, do you need an ambulance? Okay. They can do all that through, it's called the CareLink Personal Assistant, I think it's called. It's a new software package that they're sending out with these new 530 meters. And then it tells you status. I got to calibrate it again at midnight. It asks me to calibrate it twice a day just to be sure that the electronic sensor matches what my blood glucose meter says. And it's wireless also, so I just prick my finger and the meter will transmit to the pump immediately. The pump will say updated, calibrated, and it'll go back to sleep. Shows you how long I've had the sensor in my belly, 21 hours. They last for 6 days before they start to lose effectiveness. That's just the information on the sensor. That shows you the sensor battery is good. Transmitter version, ID, all that kind of stuff. Now this ID and the pump serial number have to match what's programmed in the sensor. So I can't be sitting next to someone else who has a Medtronic meter and it read their sensor or they read mine. It only reads the transmitter ID number that's right there. And that's programmed permanently in to my sensor. Okay, and then we've got the home screen, which is blank. You can turn on the backlight if you want. I'll just leave it off. And you can adjust the volume of the various alarms. But I'm going to go ahead and give myself 1 unit because it's 138, or now it's 140. See, it's updated again. It's 140. So I can afford to give myself 1 unit, and it'll probably bring it down to 110. So I'll just give myself a unit to show you how it works. And you just press the Easy Bolus button, 1 unit, hit Act, and it's beeping again because it's saying, look, you still have 0.4 units active in your body right now. So I'm going to say, I don't care. Do it anyway. And there it goes. Now it's injecting insulin into me and I don't feel a thing. And that's it. Then I just clip it back to my belt or my pants, and I'm done. Now as for the sensor, so all it is this right here. See if I can focus in on it. Okay, this is the sensor. It's just a little plastic macadamia nut. Inside there is an electrode that goes down into my belly. It's in a silicone tube, so I don't feel a thing. It doesn't hurt at all. This is the needle right here, and it's about ½ an inch long, and it goes straight down in my stomach. You can see the steel needle there in the middle. And then this is the anchor. Keeps it from, if I drop the pump or whatever, keeps it from pulling off, pulling the needle out. And this is a quick disconnect also. I can disconnect it from here if I take a shower or bathe. Okay, have a great day.